WGNO Television in New Orleans, this is ABC 26 News This Week.
Welcome, I'm Michael Hill. Adult film star and comedy executive Stormy Daniels might take on Senator David Vitter next year. This past week, she came to Louisiana to listen to voters and talk with the media.
I'm really excited and surprised by the overwhelming positive support and encouragement. People seem to be taking me seriously, which is something I was afraid that they wouldn't do.
And then Why did you think that?
Well, because of my background in the adult business. I hate to say partly because I am female and there's not, by ratio, there's not a lot of female politicians. And a lot of people accuse me of doing it for a publicity stunt or to further my porn career. And I've had to go about and explain that and not only is that not my intention, not what I'm doing, it's actually impossible for me to do so.
Do people realize that you're not just a porn star, but you're also a business owner?
That's one of the things I've been sharing a lot with the public. I think a lot of people do know. That was the other thing I was surprised about. A lot of people have been doing their reading and following up and coming to me and saying, wow, we didn't know that you produce and that you write scripts. And, oh, we didn't know that you own your own business. Well, we don't know that you had traveled to Washington and spoke publicly before.
Does that put you in a different light?
I would hope so, yes. It seems to be.
Kind of legitimizes you?
Yes, that's the word that I've been hearing a lot.
So what does that mean then, your consideration in running for the U.S. Senate next year?
It's definitely encouraging me. I was surprised there's been no negative feedback at any of the events I've done or any of the people that I've talked to. No one has told me I shouldn't do this and I have no business doing this. People have been very positive. Even the people who were David Vitter supporters are apprehensive about voting for me because of what I do and who I am. They're willing to come out and at least listen. They're willing to give me a chance, and that's all I can ask for at this point.
Good. Do you think you could beat him in a one-on-one race, David Vitter?
We're not talking about a foot race, right? Because that he's going down. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be extremely tough. It's an uphill battle for me, but I've said before that hopefully it doesn't necessarily come to that. I want the best person for the job to win.
Right. You're not on this listening tour to talk about David Vitter, obviously,
no.
But you obviously see him as vulnerable.
Yes.
Tell me why.
I am only hearing negative things about him from the people that have come up and talked to me. People feel personally betrayed, and they distrust him.
Yeah. Do you think? Yes.
They're not necessarily willing to trust me, but they're definitely not trusting him. So that's a step, in the right direction for me, and it's definitely going to hurt him.
One of the things I've asked about of the folks who are running for governor 18 months ago is whether David Vitter should resign because obviously he has broken his oath to the public.
Yes.
Your thoughts on that?
I absolutely think he should. Well, here's my thing. I don't think he should not only resign, but if he is convicted of criminal activity, he should be punished for that. I said before, and I don't want to get too much into Vitter because that's not what I'm here to talk about. But my question wasn't why is he still in office, why is he not facing legal repercussions?
Let's talk about some of the issues. Where do you stand on same-sex marriage?
Same-sex marriage?
Yes.
I think that one of the joys of being an American is equal treatment. And I also think that in a lot of things the government and people should mind their own business, for lack of a better word to say it. I think that the big debate against gay marriage is that it's a sin. But the only person, and I'm not saying that it is or it isn't, but that's between the couple in question and their higher power. It's not the government's decision. And or we really want to spend all this money fighting these couples from getting a piece of paper? I see much more important things for government to spend their money on. And by the way, telling them they can't get married isn't going to magically make them ungay.
Do you see it as a civil issue?
Yeah, but I also want to separate church and state. I mean, it goes both ways. But, I mean, it just goes back to I think that people should be treated equal, and I think there's way more important things that the government should focus on than what two people want to do in their personal lives. They're not hurting anyone.
Abortion, choice, what's your stance?
I'm pro-condom. Very, very pro-condom and pro-choice.
I never heard that position before, pro-condom.
I hate to say that I'm pro-abortion. Abortion is not a great thing.
Right.
Abstinence is an unrealistic goal. It's a fantasy. But I am very pro-education and pro-choice, and by proxy, yes.
There are a lot of people in Louisiana, which is considered probably the most socially conservative state in the Union, who would look at your potential candidate and see it and just say, I don't know. She comes from a background that I'm not too comfortable with. And what do you say to them? I
say I'm totally okay with that. You know, I respect people's beliefs. I respect that they have that opinion of me. I'm not trying to encourage. I'm not going around saying, oh, porn is great, everyone should love it. It is not for everyone. I completely respect that. At the same time, I would hope, and like I said earlier, it's wishful thinking, that I hope that they can look past all of that and choose the person and the candidate, whether it be me or Vitter or someone else, who is best for the job.
And there are some people who look at your potential candidacy, if you declared, and say, well, this really is a mockery.
That I do take offense to. One of the reasons why I was so hesitant to get involved with the DraftStormy campaign is that I absolutely did not want to be accused of making a mockery of the government. I have the utmost respect for Louisiana and for the U.S. government, and we all know what other porn star ran for a public office, and she made a mockery out of it, and that is the very, very last thing I want to do. I'm not here to talk about my movies or my physical attributes or go on television and act like an airhead, and I certainly don't want to follow the same path she did, who is, you know, famous for going on television for being a drug addict. That I do take offense to. I take my country and my government extremely seriously.
If you decide to run, from where would you draw your financial resources, your contributions?
I have no idea. I have no idea. That was one of the things I was taking into consideration, not only if I run, but will I be able to run? Because we all know that it is very expensive to do so. And you know, that actually kind of makes me sad, because maybe the best person for the job will never get the opportunity because they can't afford it.
Senator David Vitter has raised a ton of money so far, despite the connection to the D.C. Madam case. And he's raised a lot of money, and he's raising it left and right. He's got the governor in his corner. He's got some other high-ranking Republicans in the state in his corner. What does that mean to you?
It means that he may beat me or any other candidate just based on how big his bank account is, and that's not fair. It's just, you know, you might say life's not fair, but you know, it's not, like I said, it's not fair to whoever is best for the job. I think that money shouldn't really be a factor.
He has run as a family values candidate.
That was what I was going to.
And clearly he has violated that kind of trust.
He takes hypocrite to an entirely new level, and yes, I am who I am. Yes, I do what I do. It's up for personal people to decide whether that's moral or immoral. But I am not a hypocrite. I've never done anything illegal. I'm not a criminal. I haven't lied to the people who voted for me or the people who contributed to my campaign. And I think that's a huge, huge thing. And you know, I don't agree with a lot of the issues. But I am a believer that if you believe in something and you believe in something and you go for it, you know, and then he just basically stabbed everyone in the back. I mean, how bad is it that, you know, a lot of people are coming out thinking that I am a better choice?
You're not surprised by that, though, are you?
A little bit, yes. A little bit, yes. Because, like you said, this is a very conservative state. And how much do they dislike him to like me so much?
Up next, some political analysis from our Jeff Career.